And we are starting with some breaking news coming in once again right ahead of the Gyanvapi hearing. Is it an attempt to shield the Gyanvapi, matter? Attempt to drill a hole in the Shivling is what we are now learning. This is a massive twist emerging. Sources telling your channel that the Shivling was damaged to make the fountain. Not just that, there is a clear color difference between the fountain mount and the Shivling-like structure below it. Let me first go across to Akansha joining us on this broadcast along with our guests as well. Akansha, we are expecting minutes from now the hearing to begin in the Gyanvapi case, but now a new twist emerging.
Well, absolutely, the crucial hearing is going to take place in the Gyanvapi matter, but just before that, a sensational claim has made by the Hindu side. What they're saying are, firstly, the Shivling-like structure was defaced. Secondly, holes were poked into it to make it into a fountain. And thirdly, there's a clear color difference between the Shivling-like structure and the fountain, which our sources said that is little cemented and have a little color difference. Now, the same is reflected in the survey report which has been submitted by the court commissioner last week. Now it also says that there is a wall inside the tehkana of the mosque in which Hindi lines are written, and those have also been scraped off. So definitely an attempt was made to change the religious character of the place. Now a Hindu side is also claiming the same, but today the court will be hearing the plea by the Muslim side challenging the maintainability of the lawsuit that has been filed by the Hindu side. So it will be very interesting to see what comes out of the court and whether these allegations also reflect in the court hearing.
Absolutely. Nilashish is also joining us. Nilashish, before the hearing, just moments to go for that, all eyes are going to be on what the court decides, because it's going to take up the maintainability plea, which means it's going to give out observations in the Places of Worship Act. So we're bringing back-to-back news breaks here on News 9. There's a lot of hectic activity as well that's taking place outside the court. We're getting you details from there, minute-by-minute details ahead of the big hearing today. This could have much bigger repercussions as well. Nilashish, before this big hearing, the information that we have is that the Hindu petitioners have just reached the court. Take us through what's happening.
Await the hearing on which all eyes are going to be today. The maintainability is what is going to be under question. Order 7, Rule 11, as has been discussed over and over again, the Muslim side has questioned the maintainability of the suit filed by the 5 Hindu petitioners. In this case, of course, the Supreme Court had asked the court of the district judge to decide on this particular issue and decide the rest of the issues also on priority. Now, as far as the sensational revelations are concerned, we have seen how the survey report has backed the claims of the Hindu parties in terms of stating that the color of the Shivling-like structure is a little different from the fountain area. Also, as far as the defacement of the structure is concerned, we heard Akanksha giving us exclusive inputs on that. Now the Hindu parties have reached the courtroom. Of course, we will be bringing minute-to-minute updates on the hearing. But yes, the stage is set for a very crucial hearing at this point in the Banaras court, where as of now we will expect some serious observations as far as the maintainability is concerned of this particular suit, and whether or not the survey report is discussed at this stage will also have to be seen. But if it is at this point, of course, there will be counter claims and claims made by both parties.
All right, stay with us, Nilashish, even as we are closely tracking what's happening inside the court as well. Going back to our guests once again, Rahul Ishwar, would you like to respond to what Ehtisham said before we had taken a break and how he has responded to this massive twist that has emerged? He is now stating that not every structure can be called like a godly figure, because here on this channel we have seen how these are reports, and these are concrete reports stating that there was a clear damage to the Shivling made to make it look like a fountain. Not just that, there is a clear color difference between the fountain mount and the Shivling-like structure as well.
Can I be very open and frank about it? I'm a pluralist, I'm a Gandhian, but I'm offended by what my Muslim brother said. Please understand, we Hindus consider everything godly, not as gods. We are pantheistic culture. We respect or we believe Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmam, or there is Brahman or cosmic godness in everything. So please understand the in-depth theological, or we don't use the word theology, or spiritual aspects before when you comment on such a broad brush. Second, there has been a conclusive report, or there has been a very important report in Times Now and our national media that there was a Shivling earlier, it was damaged. Let us be sensitive to that report rather than demeaning or rather than denigrating anybody else's faith. We should take this sensitive matter in a very respectful way to each other and discuss it. I won't even use the word debate it. Let us discuss this sensitive matter in a very respectful way and wait for the court's verdict. Because such explosive, sensitive things needs respect, mutual respect, love, brotherhood to discuss and take it forward. So that would be my request to my Muslim brother.
Okay,
there.
all right. Mr. Chomal, how do you respond to that? Because first, the mosque committee had also said that it will cause communal disharmony. Now that the court has taken it up, the reactions coming in are that these are only, there are several structures that are all godly for the Hindu side. Before I come to you, we have some reactions coming in. Let's play that out. We'll come back to you.
और वहाँ सब बहुत सारे इस तरह के धर्मार्थ से जुड़े निशान मिल रहे हैं, तो उस आधार पर इन लोगों को मान लेना चाहिए। ये गलत लड़ाई है। कितना लंबा और मामला चल सकता है, आपको क्या लगता है?
लेकिन न्यायपालिका है तो लंबा तो कुछ चलेगा ही जो है, लेकिन अयोध्या जैसा लंबा नहीं चलेगा। 2-4 साल के अंदर वो क्लियर हो जाना चाहिए।
इतना भरोसे के साथ कैसे कह सकते हैं?
भरोसे के साथ कि अब मामला पहले वाली सरकार भी नहीं है, फास्ट ट्रैक पे चलेगा जो है, पर डे सुनवाई होगी जो है। जज साहब का बयान भी है कि शनिवार रविवार को भी छुट्टी के दिन भी चलेगा केस। इसका मतलब संकेत क्या है? उसको जल्दी से जल्दी निपटाने का मामला।
क्या आपको उम्मीद है कि दोनों पक्ष एक साथ बैठ के मामला सुलझा सकते हैं?
मामला तो सुलझा देना चाहिए भैया। हिंदुओं का 3 पवित्र स्थान है तीर्थ, अयोध्या, मथुरा और काशी। उसी तरह जो जैसे मुसलमानों का मक्का मदीना है, तो इनको तो स्वेच्छा से दे देना चाहिए। वहाँ तो जांच और न्यायपालिका की जरूरतें नहीं है। सारे इतिहासकार कह रहे हैं कि औरंगजेब जो है तोड़ के मंदिर को तोड़ के मस्जिद बनाए हैं, फिर भी वो मानने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, तो न्यायपालिका पर तो आदमी जाएगा ही जो है।
एक बार आप ले लीजिए। अरे बस
ठीक है सर, हो गया। बड़े भाइयों ने जो वक्तव्य दे दिया आप उनके साथ।
अरे सुन तो लीजिए।
तो आप भी जानते हैं बड़े भाई, बताएं सर।
इधर देखिएगा। हाँ, क्या आपको लगता है कि मामला कोर्ट के बाहर सुलझ जाना चाहिए?
कोर्ट के बाहर तो सुलझा हुआ ही था सर। वो मिला जुला के जो इस चीज़ को डिले किया जा रहा है अनायास का, उन्हें भी पता है कि आखिर धर्मस्थल किसका है, और वो चाहें तो 2 दिनों की बात है, आपस में बैठ करके मामला सलटा जा सकता है। इसमें कभी वो कोई दलील दें, हम कोई दलील दें, कोई मतलब नहीं है। उन्हें मालूम है सारे प्रत्यक्ष सारे प्रमाण हमारे फेवर में हैं, उन्हें बैठ करके इस चीज़ को मान्य कर लेना चाहिए कि चीज़ पुरातन काल से हिंदुओं की थी, हिंदुओं की है, हिंदुओं की ही रहेगी।
कितना वक्त और लग सकता है आपको लगता है जिस तरह से सुनवाई चल रही है?
जिस तरह से सुनवाई चल रही है तो इसमें तो वक्त लगने की संभावना बहुत कम लग रही है, क्योंकि सर्वे रिपोर्ट भी आ गई है और जो विवादित स्थल है उसको भी माननीय न्यायालय ने सील कर दिया, जिससे कोई उसमें डिस्टर्बेंस न पैदा किया जाए। अब दोनों लोगों को अपनी अपनी दलीलों में जो वक्त लगे। धन्यवाद।
हाँ, आप भी बता दीजिए। ये बताइए, ये मामला है जो फैसला कोर्ट के अंदर हो या कोर्ट के बाहर हो, क्या होना चाहिए?
ये तो दोनों पक्षों के विचार के ऊपर है। अगर दोनों पक्ष राजी हो जाए तो भी कोर्ट आने की कोई आवश्यकता ही नहीं है, लेकिन ये संभव नहीं है। अब ओवैसी का भाषण आप सुनते हैं, आग लगाने वाली बात बोलते हैं, तो कोई भी चीज़ हो प्रेम से बोला जाता है। बैठ के अगर आपको कोई तकलीफ़ है तो बैठ के बैठिए, हमको ये तकलीफ़ है। दोनों पक्ष समझदार हैं, ये बात नहीं है कि समझ नहीं सकते हैं। कायदे से तो प्रेम से हर चीज़ सोल्यूशन करना चाहिए, न्यायालय में आने की आवश्यकता भी नहीं होनी चाहिए। लेकिन जब न्यायालय में आ गए हैं तो फिर जो न्यायालय निर्णय करेगा वही कर होगा।
तो कुछ नेताओं की बयानबाजी से मामला और पेचीदा हो गया, ऐसा लगता है?
ये तो है ही है। नेता वैसे ऐसे लोग बोलते रहते हैं, चाहे पक्ष को हो चाहे विपक्ष को हो, क्योंकि उनको बयानबाजी जब कोर्ट मैटर चल रहा है तो भाषण नेतागिरी वाली नहीं करनी चाहिए, किसी को भी पक्ष को हो। ये नहीं कह रहे हैं कि भाजपा है, कांग्रेस है, सपा है, बसपा, नहीं, किसी भी पक्ष को नहीं बोलना चाहिए। कोर्ट में विचाराधीन है। तो
एक बाइट आप भी दे दीजिए। हम शाम का शो बना रहे हैं जिसमें ये है कि मैं सवाल ही पूछ लेता हूँ।
आपको क्या लगता है ज्ञानवापी मामले में फैसला कितने दिन अभी और लगेंगे, कितना इंतजार होगा?
नहीं, देखिए ये सिविल मैटर है और मैटर में टाइम लगता है थोड़ा बहुत, ठीक है ना। और चूंकि आज चूंकि 26 मई को 711 जो एप्लीकेशन है उसका डिस्पोजल ऑनरेबल सेशन जज साहब जो जनपद न्यायाधीश के द्वारा किया जा रहा है, उसके लिए डेट फिक्स की गई है। और उसमें ये होगा कि ये वाद जो है, जो इन्होंने रिट फाइल की है, ये मेंटेनेबल है कि नहीं है। तो उसकी पोस्टडीयता पे जो है ये आज जो है आपका आर्डर आना है, ठीक है। और इसके अलावा जो है, जहाँ तक इसके लिंगरान करने के, अगर सपोज करिए कि ये हिंदुओं के पक्ष में आता है तो नेचुरल सी बात है कि फिर मुस्लिम पक्ष जो इसको हाई कोर्ट में ले जाएगा। चूंकि ये मामला उनके अगेंस्ट पाया जाता है तो ये इस मैटर को जो है इनके खिलाफ होने की वजह से ये इस मैटर को हाई कोर्ट में ले जाएंगे, अपीलेट कोर्ट में, इससे हायर कोर्ट में, ताकि इनके फेवर में फिर आर्डर हो। या अपने फेवर में करने के लिए फिर उस मैटर को हाई कोर्ट आएंगे। चूंकि इसमें वर्शिप एक्ट का हवाला दे रहे हैं कि वायलेशन करता है, ये जो है, ये जो रिट जो है, ये वर्शिप एक्ट का जो है ये वायलेशन कर रहा है। इसकी वजह से इन्होंने 711 एप्लीकेशन दी है कि ये खारिज किया जाए इनका जो वाद। और मतलब हमको उसमें जो है मुस्लिम पक्ष के फेवर में ऑर्डर किया जाए।
अगर शॉर्ट में कहा जाए तो कितना वक्त लग सकता है?
लगभग इसमें ये मान के चलिए, ये मैटर अगर चलेगा तो लगभग ये मान के चलिए 1 साल का समय लगेगा। अगर इसमें डे बाई डे सुनवाई होती है, तब अगर डे बाई डे सुनवाई होती है तब जाके 1 साल में ये डिस्पोज ऑफ हो सकता है।
अच्छा, आपको क्या लगता है?
All right, so those were the several reactions coming in even as any time now we're expecting the court proceedings to begin. And going back once again to our guest, Ehtasham, you had something to speak before we in fact went across to those reactions. Before that, you were also speaking about the maintainability of the case and also questioning the survey report.
Yes, because survey report now been filed before honorable court. Now it's for the court to decide. Both the parties will file their response towards the report filed by the local commissioner. And what I'm trying to say as a lawyer, that commissioner report is not a substantive piece of evidence. Honorable court has yet to take its decision whether this suit is maintainable or not, or whether its structure, it's a fountain or it's a shivling. That case has to be decided on merits after conclusion of trial, after examination of witness. Day before yesterday, I have read the statement of one of the pujaris who was taking care of a temple nearby Gyanvapi Mosque. He told me, I inquired from him, he told me that he is living in that particular area since last almost 65 years, and he witnessed that structure is a fountain. And yesterday I was appearing in a debate. I quote the name of that pujari. Okay. I quote the statement made by that pujari. Now we will ask honorable court to cite that Pujari Sahab as a witness in the
Both the sides have now been
present.
given their time, a week's time to, in fact, given their objections to the survey. We'll wait and see what the court also says. Stay with us, our guests. We'll also now go across to Pratibha. So, Pratibha, we are talking about this image on our screens right now. This is the Shivling-like structure, which is now the bone of contention between the two sides. Take our viewers through what exactly it means.
That's right. This is a sensational twist ahead of the hearing that will begin in just a few moments from now. But these are the pictures that we had accessed from inside the mosque. And remember, the entire debate over whether it's a shivling or whether it's a fountain went on about this structure that has been found inside. Now, the information that has come in clearly suggests that there was an attempt to damage the shivling. So here, as you can see, the claim that had been made was that this is a fountain. There are holes that have been drilled in the shivling. Remember, a few sides had also which shivling have you seen where there are holes drilled to it? It's very clearly a fountain. But now the information coming in is that all of these lines, these structures that you see here on the structure is the damage that has been put in. That's what the Hindu petitioners have said, that damage being inflicted to this shivling, and that's what has come in before the court. So there is a difference as well. They've said there's a difference in color as well. Initially, what the report has said is that below the structure, here there was a shivling, and on top of that there is a fountain mountain-like structure. So that seemed to be indicating that there is a shivling which is below it. Now, information coming in is that there is a damage that has been caused to the shivling. So is this the damage that they're talking about, or is there a structure below it? Clarity on that awaited, but as the court takes it up, it would be clear on what exactly